Hey guys, Heidi here, owner and founder of Texas Art and Soul and Paint Party Headquarters, and I just want to take a few minutes to teach you how to name your paint party business, okay? This is really, really important because we are creative people and we think that our name needs to be so creative for us to stand out. Now, that works if you're Coca-Cola, if you're Spanx, all of those things, they can get away with that because they have millions of dollars that they can pour behind it for advertising to give the customers exactly what they need and to educate them. But we are not starting, well, you might be starting with millions, but I doubt that if you're starting a paint party business, you're probably not starting with millions. If you are, congratulations, that's amazing. It will make things way easier. But for those of you like me, that you wanted to make a profit every party from the very first party, which is how I teach the people in my mentorship programs. I teach them to make a profit every party. Starting with a business name, guys, don't make it complicated. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips, okay? Tip number 1, make it something that you can spell easily, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I have this lovely, lovely company that I love to use for my wood cutouts. They're Craft Creations. They are amazing. It is a family-owned team and they're wonderful. Best place ever. And I refer them all the time. However, every time I refer them, nobody can find them because the way they spell their name. They spell it craft as normal, C-R-A-F-T, Creations with a K, and then instead of an S, they do a Z at the end. Craftcreations.com. There are 3 different times that people can get that wrong. And every time I have to go, no, it's this one. Even people who've been going there for a while still have trouble finding their website to order from. So first tip, number 1, do not make your name complicated where people can't spell it, okay? Tip number 2, here's how I have come up with business names. I used to have a surfboard business and I loved it, and it came to me in a dream. Looking back, I would have totally not named my business that. I would have had something to do with surfboards, but not knowing, it was my first business, my first official real business, and I named it My Soul Is Yours. So I had a dream one night, and as I do sometimes, I'll wake up and I'll take a piece of paper. I always have paper sitting by my bed and a pen, and I just wrote it down, scribbled it down. And then several months went by and I ended up opening up this wooden surfboard business. It was my first business. It was after we went bankrupt. It was crazy time. If you want to read more about that on my blog, texasartandsoul.com, you can see the whole story about how that came to. But it came to me in a dream and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to name my business that when I started my business. Now looking back, My Soul Is Yours. Yes, it was meaningful to me. It means, my soul is yours to my husband, my soul is yours to God, but it didn't mean anything to do with me painting hand-painted wooden surfboards. It makes no sense. Like, why didn't somebody tell me that? But no, not me. I was determined. My soul is yours, and it has nothing to do with my business. Okay, so my name for my business is Texas Art and Soul. All right, again, I pulled the soul from it. So here's how you can actually create a business name for yourself. So take a piece of paper, any kind of paper, and I just want you to write down about 20 words that have to do with art, with painting, with being creative, things that are meaningful to you. So when I wrote down my 20 things, I wrote down things like Texas because I was, raised in Texas. I wasn't born here, but I got here as fast as I could. And I was raised in Texas. I lived in Florida for 10 years, but then we came back to Texas. The soul is from my Florida surfboard business. Art obviously is very important to me, always has been, always will be. And I just wrote down creative, painting parties, blah, blah, blah. I just wrote all these down. And then for about, I'd say a week, I just prayed about him and I looked at him and I thought about him and I started putting words together. So I just started literally scribbling and almost mad-libbing these words together. Then I would just look at him and I would think about it and I would pray about him. But I only did it for a week. Why did I only do that for a week? Because you have to take action. People will literally sit on a name and it will drive them insane. If you know what I'm talking about, do a like or a comment on this video. it will drive you insane, and then it will keep you stuck. Now, I know it is scary. I know it is fearful, because when you put a name to it, it feels like it's done, it's final, it's legit, I gotta follow through. But guys, use that momentum. Take action through your fear, even if you're scared. Write down a name. You can always change it. It's not the end all be all, okay? Just get yourself a name. All right, number 3. That moves me into my main thing, taking action through fear, okay? Once you have got that name, then have a few people, ask them, like, hey, I was thinking of posting on Facebook, hey, I'm starting a paint party business. What do y'all think of this name? Or, hey, I'm starting a paint party business. Here's my top 3 name choices. What do y'all think? Get some people's opinion. For example, I have written an ebook that I have sold so many of, and I thought it was a natural name. I call it How to Throw a Paint Party. It's been the name of it, okay? It's sold over and over again. I went to this huge business conference, and I was talking to people about my ebook, and I'd go, yeah, it's called How to Throw a Paint Party. And they would go, so you throw paint like it's that sounds fun. Like you throw paint at people, like there's a party and you throw paint. And I'm like, no, I teach people paintings. I teach people step by step how to paint. And they go, huh, like to me, throw a paint party is natural. Here in Texas, Alabama, the South, it's very, very well known. People do paint parties all over. A lot of people on the West Coast, this is a brand new trend that's happening. Some people hadn't even gotten them in their town yet. So if you're thinking about teaching a paint party, anywhere is great. It's actually starting to go worldwide. I have some people in my mentorship program that are all over the world. And Painting with a Twist, who started in just 2007, just over a decade ago, they're going worldwide. Franchises are going worldwide. And people on the West Coast are able to start this business with really no overhead. I mean, you can literally from the first party have a profit. And I love teaching people that. And in that ebook, I show people how to do that. But I named it weird. People didn't know. They thought I was throwing paint at people. So how can I sell an ebook? I can only sell it to the people that understand it, but now I have to call it How to Teach a Paint Party so that people understand what I'm offering. So for you, number 1, name it something that's easy to spell. Number 2, make sure you take action and write it down. Write down your list of different names, all of the different ones. Pray about it, think about it, but only do it for a week, okay? And then post those names on Facebook, your top 3, and ask for people's opinion. That's fine. You may see that, people are choosing something else or it makes more sense. And then number 3, take action and ask a few people to make sure they understand what you're offering, okay? If you're thinking you want to have it broader, you don't want it just to be paint parties, so maybe not Heidi's Paint Parties or something like that. You could do a broad name, kind of like I did Texas Art and Soul. Now I have an umbrella that I can put paint parties under, I can do murals, I can do commissions, whatever the case may be. But make sure it makes sense and it's easy to spell. And the most important thing ever, take action. Don't sit on it for days and weeks and months. And then months turn into years, and then there was that one time you thought about doing a paint party and it never happened. When literally you can have a profit within 4 weeks. Guys, my name is Heidi Easley. I hope this helped you. Start to select a business name and do it. I would love to hear your business name in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel, like it, and follow me on Facebook. I do tons of Facebook Lives and Texas Art and Soul, and I have a free gift in the comments. Actually, the ebook I talked about is free for you today in the comments. You just click the link, you can get it today. Download it. It's a 40-page ebook all about how to teach a paint party, not throw a paint party. All right, guys, talk to y'all soon. Bye.